From Colony to Nation, A History of the American Revolution. Introduction. America was colonized during the early period of imperialism by Britain. This process began with the exploration activities conducted by the European voyagers. They always informed their governments about the resources in America, which encouraged the Europeans to have much interest in commercial and agricultural activities in America. Native Americans were among the early people who lived in America. Their population was seriously affected by wars and epidemic diseases prevalent during the 16th century. Migration facilitated the emergence of other societies in America. For example, African Americans emerged as a result of slavery. American Indians also formed as a part of this society. Colonization of America. In 1607, the British brought many drastic changes to American society. The Europeans interfered with the American civilization. Apart from Britain, other European powers such as Sweden and France also attempted to establish colonies in America. The major aim behind colonization was the need to obtain resources from America. During the British rule in the American colonies, many changes occurred, and they were not in favor of the American interests. Slavery, which had begun during the ancient period, now became worse. The American society increasingly became stratified during this rule, which led to the development of inequalities affecting many inhabitants of the American colony. These social injustices prepared the ground for the future revolution. American Revolution. The revolution started in 1763 when the French and Indian War came to an end. The British government wanted the Americans to provide the financial resources for maintaining the colonies. The British colonialists wielded their power by charging high taxes, and the Americans did not accept those policies. Many Americans also felt that British rule was illegal since they did not have representatives in the British government. They therefore protested against the British. Causes of the American Revolution. American Enlightenment. The American Enlightenment was a lobby group that facilitated the spread of ideas of republicanism and democracy, which enabled them to gain political consciousness. Republicanism inspired many people, and it was instrumental in advancing the course of the revolution. According to this ideology, the national interest should come first. They were therefore committed to fighting for self-governance. Religion. Religion was very significant during the American Revolution because it gave the citizens moral encouragement to resist colonialism. During the Revolution, church leaders took leadership roles in political organizations like committees of correspondence, while some of them even participated in arms resistance. Controversial British legislation. The Americans rejected most of the punitive acts that were enacted by the British government. For example, they enacted navigation acts through which the colonial government was able to dominate the economic system, hence the Americans suffered, which made them fight against oppression. American political opposition. Opposition to British rule was also done through correspondence committees, which served in various capacities in the colonial government. Members of these committees also led the Americans during the protests. Role of women. Even though women were not part of the major political activities throughout the Revolution, they also played a role in its facilitation. They provided intelligence by simply spying on the British. Women also provided food and other logistics to the soldiers. Declaration of Independence. The Americans finally regained their freedom after a serious struggle through military protests. Independence was finally granted to the American colonies in 1776. After this, the people of America started making constitutional changes that would enable them to develop their country. Conclusion. The struggle for independence was very difficult for the Americans. However, through a concerted effort, they managed to dislodge the British from their territory, which marked the beginning of their prosperity. The revolution was successful because of the above-mentioned factors, while republicanism still remains an important political ideology in the United States.